the Nigerian economy. I'm one of those people who actually predicts the Nigerian economy is going to bounce back this year. Those who are at my 1st of January party, I said things is going to get better this year. And when you look at all the statistics that you can think of, Nigeria is getting better. The only statistics that I do not like is the poverty index. Nigeria now is the #1 country in the whole world in terms of poverty. We have overtaken India, that has been published officially. That is the big challenge that our politician needs to address. And one of the ways of addressing it is actually to build homes. To build homes. If the federal government decides to build 100,000 units per year in every state of Nigeria, do you know how much that is? That is 3.6 million new homes in every state in Nigeria in a year. For 4 years, you know how much that is. The effect of that is that it will lead to employment in so many areas. That what I just told you will create nothing less than 2 million jobs every year for 4 years. It will transform life, because once you create one job, you are also supporting people behind those people at home. The question that has always been said is, where is the money? I always said to them, the federal government of Nigeria has money. They may not know it, they may know it. For example, they went on a roadshow and raised bond. The bond was oversubscribed. We had to return the money back to the subscriber. So what I'm saying is that if you bring that sort of money into Nigeria, we are not bringing the money to come and spend, chop. It's not for recurrent expenditure. That money will be for capital project only. The capital project only that I'm talking about is real estate homes for our people. Don't forget, we have that Jakonde report some 10 years ago, or 16 million. For me now, I reckon that we have nothing less than 20-25 million shortage of home in Nigeria. And the bulk of it is in Lagos. Because look at the house prices in Lagos, look at the rents in Lagos. Hardly can you find a room and parlor anywhere in Lagos for 100,000 in a year. You will struggle. That is probably a room. So if we now build more homes for people, we will reduce this. If every other state is doing 100,000, Lagos should be doing 500,000. It will create jobs. Money will get into our people's pocket. Then they will use a mortgage system to pay it back. I'm not one of those people who encourage the federal government to build anything. Federal government should encourage people like us and say, Suru Homes, Suru Group, we want you to deliver 10,000 units. Here is how we will structure it. The structure is very, very simple. The government will say, right, we're going to give you the land. We will come, we will develop, and then we will split the accommodation. But the total units will still end up in the housing pots. It's ownership that will be different. So it will be a win-win situation. We will make money, the government will make money, and because we are getting the land from government, the price will be low. For example, if I go into a Ikorodu now and I want to buy a plot with title, it's about 5 million naira. If government wants to give it to me, they will give it to me for 1 million, because all the land and the aspect of Ikorodu belongs to the Lagos State government. Lagos State government will give it to me at 1 million, but I don't actually pay. So all I will do is I will arrive there, build. Are you following me? Build. Once I finish building, I will split the units there with Lagos State for their 1 million. That is the model. It's very simple. But unfortunately, our politicians, both the PDP, APC, has different focus. But they don't know that they can transform Nigeria with homes. Mrs. Thatcher did in England by what is called right to buy, where she made available to tenants to buy their own home. It moves poverty level to a different level. When you also do that to people, because you are selling the house to them, they can use the security to get more loan to do businesses. So it has that multiplier effect. So this high level of poverty in Nigeria, I believe that expanding the investment in homes can take us out of poverty in 1 year. 1 year. So those are what I see about the Nigerian economy in terms of what we need to do to move this nation forward. I wish it is part of an agenda for the next election of how we will reduce poverty in Nigeria. That is my own belief. But also, when you look at the Nigerian economy also further, you look at the exchange rates, you look at the inflation rates, you look at GDP, you will see that in the last few years, they've all stabilized. Exchange rate has been around official 305, unofficial 360. It's been around that level. If we are having more effects into Nigeria as the reserve is growing, I believe that those rates need to come down. Because if we have a reserve of about $20 billion, the exchange rate is 305. If the reserve now is over 40, the exchange rate is 305. And economics cannot add that up. There should be a trend downward in that. So those are some of the good news I'm saying. And Nigerian credit rating has gone up also tremendously. So that's what we see. And that's what I think will improve Nigeria. So that's the second one on the economy. And then the last one is the effects of coming election on the housing markets, particularly that we focused on. Now, as we head towards election, what will happen is that money will not be available for other things. What I mean is this. Most of the people who have money in the bank will go and withdraw their money and focus it on election. You know, the politicians in Nigeria spend money. It's reality. Nobody is going to win any election in Nigeria without spending money. It's not possible. AIT, CNN, Channel, TVS will collect advertising money. Our politicians need that money. So if that money is sitting in the bank account of their subscriber, of their supporter, it will come out. What that means now is people will not have money to pay their rent. They won't have money to buy property until after election. So I see a situation that whatever we're doing, by the time we get to December, if not early, you'll see activities in capital spend falling to zero until after the election. That is what happened the last time, which actually adversely affects us, because we were doing a bond program at the last Jonathan election, and it fell within that period. Immediately Jonathan postponed the election. We were unsuccessful with that bond that we were doing at that time. So that is the effect of election. It prevents, it limits the spending in capital within that period. And a lot of people will also say, wait, let's see what will happen until after election. Is APC going to come back? Is PDP going to win? Is Green Party or the new party that Papa Obasanjo is supporting going to make an inroad? So you need to wait until after the election, and then you can make what I call capital informed decision. So that is what and how we see the election effects. But Nigeria will decide. It is left for them to decide, and I hope that this next election coming will not be a buy-buy election where people spend money to buy votes. Let's use our voters card. In fact, I would say, that actually leads to one thing. One of the things we have done in Suru is to say that if you want to work for us, or even if you are an existing, if you want to work for us, you must produce a voters card, registered voters card. You must produce a national identity card. You must produce an international passport. If you don't produce those three, we will not employ you. Basically, just to support this democracy move. And our existing staff, we're giving them 3 months. 3 months to provide it. If they don't provide it, we consider them excommunicated. So they will have to go, but we're also supporting them to be able to do it. So those are the background of what I wanted to speak to you about. We have an AMCON issue, which, as you all know, a press release has been given to you, and it is clear. We have, that matter is in Court of Appeal. Thank God we have been successful at the lower court, but it's in the Court of Appeal, and it's not going to be right for me to talk about it because it's ex judice, and you know the implication of that. But I'm quite confident that the law will take its course, justice will be done. And a lot of people have called me and said, Oga, this war I'm fighting, and I will say, look, if I believe in something, I will fight on that something. I will not fight on injustice. If injustice has been done against us, we must fight and pack it. So I am sure that the Nigerian legal system will take its course. That matter will be dealt with fully. Thank you very much.